Welcome to the Besties with Breasties podcast. Sarah Hall here. I am a certified health and wellness coach, athletic trainer, mom, and breast cancer survivor. I help women overcome their own mind drama to make mind shifts that open up the possibility for their most empowered and energetic life.
And I am Beth Wilmus, author, speaker, and founder of a human investment organization, otherwise known as a nonprofit, called Faith Through Fire. Our mission is to reduce the fear and anxiety that breast cancer patients feel and replace it with hope and a path toward thriving.
This podcast is about our experiences with breast cancer
and life after as young survivors and moms.
That's an intro. La 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 la. We're getting squirrely.
Unique New York.
We're getting squirrely.
I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany. This is our fourth one, so we're squirrely.
I know. I'm getting hungry.
Hangry.
Okay. So, do you have a product for this, Sarah? When you get squirrely, is there a product that you can go to that's organic?
It's an essential oil called Focus.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, they do have that.
I was gonna say, isn't that a name of
I don't
one?
have it in my bag.
Oh, I was like, whip that bad boy out. Let's do some.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's do some essential oils.
No, I feel like when I mentally get squirrely, I'm like, I need to just go have a quiet moment and breathe or meditate or do something like that. Yeah, but that doesn't fall under clean living.
Well, that's why I was saying, is there a quick fix? The essential oils is nice.
Yeah. I would say I think a lot of people are always like, oh, I'm going to go take a coffee break. And so I learned this about coffee, and I've kind of been like on and off and on and off and on and off coffee. And I'll go treat myself, and I was like, oh, this is a treat coffee. And then I learned that coffee doesn't actually give you energy. It actually just blocks the receptors that tells your body that it's tired.
Right.
So your body is still tired, and now you've just tricked it into thinking that it's not tired. And I was like, oh, that's completely changes my mindset about it.
That's why you have the crash in the afternoon, because those receptors are back on.
And then they're just like, the floodgates are open. Right. And you're like, now you're really tired.
So I have way more energy, natural energy, when I'm off of coffee.
Totally.
Once I detox, because you got to detox. Yeah. Once I'm off, I have more energy, but I miss it so much. I always go back. Like right now, I'm on the coffee wagon again. So then it turned into, well, if you're going to do it organically.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking organic coffee. But
you're going to organically block those receptors.
I know. I am. Well, here's the other downside to coffee. Even though I'm doing it organically, when I drink coffee, because I'll drink it to noon, and then I stop, I drink so much less water when I'm drinking coffee. If I don't have coffee, my water consumption is like through the roof.
Yeah.
But I do organic coffee, and I actually like Fresh Time.
Oh, okay.
I like Fresh Time's organic coffee.
Yeah.
I brought it home, and usually when I bring home something organic, my husband's like going, am I going to like this as much? And he actually really liked it too. He's like,
coffee is actually one that's like really, coffee and wine are really big. Like you should get some really good quality coffee, because they can have a lot of stuff in it.
Like pesticides?
Yeah. And
is it because they're spraying the beans?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done a lot of work into it, because I'm like, well, I'm getting rid of it anyway.
Oh, so you're not on coffee fix right now?
I'm not on coffee.
See, in the wintertime too, when it's cold.
Yeah, I know. I'm most likely. But I've been on a big green. I've got my green tea today. Like I've been on a big green tea kick, and now I haven't looked into green tea. Does it do the same thing where it blocks the receptors to say like? And I wonder if just like
I don't think it works the same.
All caffeine does that, but I think there's just so many good health benefits to green tea that it's like, well, if
it just tastes gross.
Oh, I love green tea.
I mean, it's like anything else. You get used to it.
Put like a little bit of stevia in it. Oh, it's great.
I mean, I still drink it because it is so good for you, but I think it tastes gross.
I like green tea ice cream.
Yeah.
Green tea smoothies. Yeah. Oh, they're like matcha, which is green tea, a type of. Anyway, we were talking about
products,
clean living and products.
Well,
today.
we actually had we have a patient in the program right now, and it's very normal for this to happen. But you start questioning if there's something you did to cause your cancer. She's on this very big kick about products.
Yeah.
And I think, and her mentor is trying to calm her a little bit. Like, it's good to be aware, and it's okay that you're questioning these things, but also don't freak out.
Yeah.
And think that any one thing. It's kind of do you agree? I mean, I know you freaked out.
I mean, I do kind of freak out. Like, Eric brought home some Clorox wipes.
Oh, yeah, the day of the Clorox wipes.
The middle of COVID. And, like, it wasn't just, like, one package of Clorox wipes. It was, like, the Costco package, like, multiple multiple tubes
you've
of
got-
Clorox wipes. And I was like, so I I try not to be like, oh, what the heck are you thinking? But like, I was like, okay, I'm going to pull up a little bit of information for you
About bleach.
about, yeah. And I was like, he goes, well, these are really great to clean the toilet seats. And I'm like, yeah, but so is other things. Like,
Well, and then your kid.
and I show him and I'm like, we have girls and they sit their butt on that toilet seat how many times a day, and it looks and it has there's a hormone disruptor in it, and I'm like, so you can give our girls who were born of a mother who had breast cancer with no family history those Clorox wipes on their seats, on their butts multiple times a day, or we could just go find something different. And he was like, okay, we took them back.
Right. I remember when I mean,
I play the cancer card there quite a lot.
I mean, I do too. And Gary knows better than to argue with me. And actually, we've seen too many young, healthy people get sick for him to ignore the fact that there's environmental issues that we need to address.
There's something in the water.
I mean, well, like somebody I talked to the other day, she's like, everything's poison. And I'm like, well, that's pretty extreme. But I mean, I'm to the point now where I'm like, there is a lot of poison in our food. There is a lot of plastic.
So you saying that, and even just saying there's poison in everything, I can totally see how, especially when you've been diagnosed as young as we are, and a lot of women that we see, that you can go off the deep end. And like, I am not that person who, I do carry around like a clean hand spray, like hand sanitizer, if I'm like in a bathroom and I'm like, I don't want to use that soap. But if I don't have it, I go use the soap. Like,
You're
it's
not
not a
crazy
huge
about
deal. But you can, because those products are everywhere. Like, it's the soap you use in the bathroom. It's the water you drink at the restaurant.
It's your sprinkle
like,
cheese, Sarah.
It's my sprinkle cheese. I mean, like, I control the things that I feel comfortable controlling. But then I just, I let the rest of it go, because you could go down a rabbit hole of anxiety crazy quick.
Oh, sure. I mean, here's how I feel about it. I have made so many easy, simple changes that don't really impact my day to day. And I just think to myself, good for you. Like, those were things that you were ingesting before that you're no longer ingesting. And you've, I mean, progress is progress, right?
Totally.
I don't analyze every single thing, but there are some major things that I started looking at that I thought, why am I doing this when I can just as easily get something that's friendly?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. We actually asked our survivors, our members, like, what do you guys want to hear about in 2023? And one of the things they said was, like, can we please talk about healthy products again and clean living? It's important to a lot of people. So we're going to talk about where to start if
it's new to you.
If it's new to you, right?
Yep.
Right.
We're going to talk about big things to look out for.
Right. And then, like, our favorite clean hacks, things that we've done. But before we do all that, let's go to our first sponsor.
Thrivent is a proud sponsor of Faith Through Fire. Thrivent believes money is a tool and not a goal. The Gateway Financial Group with Thrivent is local to the St. Louis area and can work with you to create a financial strategy that reflects your priorities and helps you protect the things that matter to you, like family and giving back. Please call 314-783-4214 to schedule a free consultation with one of Thrivent's Gateway Financial Advisors. And we are back. When you first became aware of your products, this is something I'm really curious about now. Is there something that you did before cancer that you're like, you cringe at now? What's that?
Well, lots of things, but like, I used to have chronic nausea. And I think it was hormonal. I think hormones were causing me to have nausea quite a bit. And I was popping Tums.
Oh, gosh.
Like they were candy.
Oh my gosh, killing your stomach bacteria, or not bacteria, your stomach acids.
I don't know what I was doing, but I mean, it would make the nausea go away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had a tub of Tums by my bed. It started when I got pregnant the first time, so I'm assuming it's hormonal.
Yeah.
And I would literally just chew up like 4 or 5 Tums a day. And so I stopped doing that immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, that can't be good.
Yeah.
I also used to consume copious amounts of ibuprofen. At the first sign of a muscle ache, because it works so well for me.
Yeah.
Cramps, like whatever, headache. I mean, I was just taking, and I would take 3.
Yeah.
My husband's the guy that's like, take 1. If one doesn't work, go to 2.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and if that doesn't work, do something that's not contraindicated that,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'll just take 3.
Yours are mostly medical. Yeah.
They were, I mean, yes. And then just, I used to love like fragrancing my house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's me. I was a plug-in in every room and a smelly thing in my car.
Yeah.
Like I used to think, like, if you don't walk in and have like a waft of scent in front of you, then it's not like you don't smell clean.
I had a dog too, so I was really paranoid about being in the house that smelled like dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was doing whatever I could to mask those smells. So yeah, I mean,
oh my gosh,
what about you?
Literally makes me toe curl. That's it. Mine is. I mean, there's lots of things now that I look back on and I'm like, oh, I was a huge. I'm gonna throw them. I'm not gonna say their name, but it rhymes with
What?
Athen Body Works.
Oh,
I was a huge fan of anything from a store where it would send me a coupon to come in for free something.
And I was in there the other day and I forget why, but they now supposedly have a clean line.
Yeah, I still don't trust it.
You don't trust it?
No.
Now that I'm saying this out loud, mine was a lot of pharmaceuticals because I also was very prone to taking an antibiotic for anything that was ailing me.
Yeah.
So my poor gut.
Yeah.
I was probably just a ticking time bomb when it came to cancer because my freaking gut had been like destroyed with ibuprofen, Tums.
Your poor second brain.
I know. Yeah. And antibiotics. But so I have cut back a ton on medications, which a lot of patients we deal with are like that. I don't want to quit giving me a pill to treat another pill to treat another pill.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if that falls in with clean, but I think it does.
It's okay.
I think it does.
I mean, I think anytime you're creating awareness for the things that you're putting in and on and around your body. Okay, so where to start if this is something that you're becoming aware of and you want to clean up your products? So
do you think it's cleaning supplies, food?
Oh, yeah. So
what do you think is the biggest thing?
So where I started with my journey, and you can tell me if yours was any different, is like, I feel like, so I was diagnosed in February, and then by May, I kind of had this like sneaky feeling like I need to be doing something about what the products in my house. And I invited my friend over who at the time was a rep for Beauty Counter, but she was like really into the advocacy of it. Like she was going to Jefferson City and she was talking to lawmakers about how to set laws in regards to the toxins that are in, or like chemicals that are in our products. So anyway, so
like makeup.
So I had her come over. And she was just kind of giving me an overview education. And she mentioned this website called the Environmental Working Group, to which I went, and I went to my bathroom. I collected everything I owned product wise, everything, which it like cleaned me out. So everything was clear. And I went underneath my kitchen sink, got everything out. And I ran it through the database because there's a database on there called Skin Deep. And you can plug in one product at a time. You look it up and it ranks it. So it basically gives it a score. I think it's out of 10. And then it tells you based on what's in it, kind of where it scores in the grand scheme of things.
Isn't it like a kind of like a stoplight? It's like orange, red, green.
Yep, exactly. So I went through and got rid of everything that that scored higher than a 2, I think, which was a lot of my products. And from there, because it got rid of a lot of my products, I had to rebuild. But when I started going down the rabbit hole of like, how do I buy stuff that's only certified as environmentally working group safe, or like safe as far as the toxins in it, things got really expensive really fast because, they just are. And for them to be certified like that and to be working against basically the big companies that are out there that mass produce these chemical products.
So you had to start getting very selective.
So, yeah, I got very selective. And so I started buying a lot of concentrates. I started buying, like what was really cool about it is that I did go to Amazon first because, I was like still going through treatment at the time. And I bought a lot of the brands from Amazon. I've tried so many different things, which was good because I got to be like, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. It took me a long time to find a shampoo that I really like. It took me a long time to find a body wash that my husband liked. Like, we got to try a bunch of different stuff. I've tried like all kinds of different deodorants. But what I'm saying is, maybe if you're new to this journey, take just one area. Maybe it's cleaning out underneath your kitchen sink and running your products through the EWG and finding and like just educating yourself, because it will give you like the reason why this scores high is because of this and this and this and this in it. And you can read about what about that chemical causes it to score that way. And when you read it, you can think, well, it's such a small amount. But if it's in your makeup, or if it's in your dishwasher detergent, or if it's in your, oh my gosh, God forbid, your laundry detergent, you wash your clothes in that, and then you put your clothes on and wear them every single day of your life.
What can we talk about?
So the micro like, you know,
Your skin is your largest organ.
largest.
And we totally take it for granted.
Yeah.
But all the things that we're putting on our skin is going down into our tissues, which is then going into our blood.
Yep.
Which is then disrupting our hormones.
Yep.
Which is then making us sick.
Yep.
Which is then making us medicate ourselves.
And not just a one-time use, which is why I
No.
feel like it's okay if you're
But
out and you
that's-
wash your hands and something.
That's
It's
why
like it's a
these
one-time use.
manufacturers get away with it is they'll say, in moderation,
Yes.
this amount of toxicity is fine. Well, sure, until you combine it with the 6 other products that also have that same level of toxicity.
And you
now
use
you're
them
using them
daily.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
I think somebody said it really well. All of us as human beings, we all have like this toxicity bucket. Everybody's bucket's a different size. Nobody really knows when the final straw is that spills that over and then
Yeah.
disease happens, right? It's different for everybody.
Totally.
And you can't get paranoid. You can't freak out.
No.
You can't freaking change your whole life and spend a fortune.
Yeah.
But small changes, meaningful changes, like you said, the ones where you're touching your skin constantly
Yeah.
or you've got bleach on your kids' bottoms.
Yeah.
Those are the things,
Yeah.
And
You want to consider.
yeah, my husband's on board now. At
Yeah.
first he kind of was like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think you're overreacting. The more, to your point, when you pull the data, because anytime you know the why, it
Yeah.
makes it easier to make a lifestyle change.
Totally. Yeah.
Without the why, it's hard. And
Yeah.
so I totally think patients are like,
Eh.
and people are very quick to be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We all
Well,
did
it's because
it.
everybody does it, and nobody is ever going to say. Well, I mean, I guess until like the talcum powder thing happens with Johnson and Johnson, like nobody's going to be like, well, and nobody can prove you got breast cancer because, So anyway, they can hide safe behind that.
Right.
Before we go into some of the big heavy hitters and some of our favorite products and like our favorite clean hacks, let's do boobs in the news.
All right, let's do it. Boobs in the News is a fun segment where we read funny tweets by real people or ridiculous news stories.
Bibs in the news, bibs in the news, bibs in the news.
Okay, this is out of Alaska
Okay.
from the AP. Firefighters in Alaska got an unusual request for assistance last weekend from the Alaska Wildlife Troopers.
Ooh.
Now, this is what's interesting already. There is a group called the Alaska Wildlife Troopers. So they're dealing with wildlife,
Right.
but they had to call in reinforcement from the fire department. I think that's
What was it? Something like, was it like Bigfoot?
It says it wasn't your mundane cat stuck in a tree situation. They were looking for some help getting a blank out of the basement. Do you want to guess what animal?
I mean, it's Alaska, so it's not not a snake. Is it a polar bear?
They don't have polar bears in Alaska, do they?
Alaska?
Oh,
Yeah, definitely they have polar bears, goober. Alaska is cold.
Are you thinking the North Pole? Are there polar bears in Alaska?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Oh yes. I have a friend who lives in Alaska and has gone camping and was
Seen a
staying
polar
on
bear?
the top of his car when a polar bear was there. Yes.
Okay. I had them reserved for the North Pole.
Oh, you're so cute. That's very Christmas of you.
I guess that's where that came from.
Yeah.
I have not given a lot of thoughts to polar bears.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. No, they needed help getting a moose out of somebody's basement.
Oh gosh, those can get very mean.
So it says it was a 1-year-old moose. It had a misstep while eating breakfast by a home. And basically, it looked like the moose had been trying to eat some vegetation by the window well of the basement window, fell into it, and then fell into the basement through the glass. And then that's where it was stuck. And so basically, a biologist from the Alaska Department of Fish and Game was able to tranquilize the moose, but he wasn't completely unconscious. I guess he was too big. So he was still looking around and sitting there, but he wasn't running around. So you can imagine when he probably fell down there, he probably went berserk.
Oh, for sure.
And then
I'm
they probably,
stuck. I'm stuck.
Yeah, they probably darted him.
Yeah.
And now he's just like stoned.
Oh.
Like it's like a cartoon where he's like sitting on his hind legs.
in your neck, man.
There's a dart.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, like, he was sedated, but he was still awake, and he weighed like 500 pounds. So they're like trying to figure out how to get him out of the house. So improvising, responders grabbed a big tarp, and then they got him in position, and it took 6 men to carry him through the house and back outside.
Wow.
It said that the moose then just hung out for a while until they got a reversal agent for the tranquilizer. So he was like, he got hoisted out and he's all stoned.
Yeah, he's
And
like,
he
I
had to
can't move
just-
my legs.
Yeah, he's like, he's drooling. He just had to wait until they like.
I bet he destroyed that basement.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope they got a picture of him stoned out of his mind.
Yeah.
That poor
Aw,
moose.
Poor little guy.
I
But
don't
he's
know.
1-year-old. He's probably looks like a teenager.
So I guess the moose is the boob,
Yeah.
For-
yeah. For sure.
taking a detour into somebody's basement.
Yeah. They're going to block up their windows now. We've had a moose
Moose proof
break-in.
it?
Yeah.
I got a moose proof this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
All right, there's your bibs.
Bibs in the news. Bibs in the news. Bibs in the news.
All right, we're back. So what do you have as your big hitters?
Okay, so synthetic fragrance. So if it's listed on there as just fragrance, instead of it breaking down like different essential oils or different oils, then that is a way for I don't know if it's the FDA or whatever, but it's a way for companies to make it a chemical blend of whatever they want to, and they don't have to tell you about it.
Here's what you're going to be like, Beth, what are you doing? So my son's 13, and I think it's really cute that he's spending more time on his hair and ironing his clothes. And he likes to get a spritz of my husband's cologne. And for Christmas, we got him his own cologne. I know. And I am conflicted about it. Part of me is like, he's young, he's healthy, and I'm not going to be obsessive about this.
You can buy clean cologne.
Well,
yeah.
So my point is, I was stressed and I was busy, and the kind he wanted was that I got it.
Yeah.
But I'm already thinking ahead, right? Like, what can I find to substitute this, in the long run?
And here's the interesting part about fragrance and synthetic fragrance and everything. When you have swapped your products to be clean, actual smelling fragrance, even when you burst open a clementine or an orange, you're going to be like, wow, that is a real smell. So when you're around the synthetic fragrances, it will almost give you a headache because the smell seems so fake, which I find really interesting. So
yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It's like, when you get used to not having something and then you're around it, you're like, ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like when I eat really bad fast food, I'm just like,
yeah.
If you quit smoking and you're around cigarettes, you're like, bleh.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Agreed. So parabens is another one. I feel like you kind of see this on some products sometimes when they're like, it's paraben free. But parabens have been linked to hormone disruption. So these are preservatives that are found in a variety of cosmetics and are probably the most well-known ingredient to avoid, mostly due to a 2004 research paper that approved to find traces of parabens in breast cancer tissue samples. So that's pretty big to know, especially for our population. Oxybenzone, you mostly find this in lip balms, but I think a lot also in sunscreen. And it's a potential endocrine disruptor. Oxybenzone can be found in many skincare products, and it's mostly contained in sunscreen. So you can get I get my sunscreen from Beauty Counter. My favorite one is just that straight white stuff. And of course, the name of it is gone from me right now, but it's really, really good. But it's oxybenzone free. And I think it also does something to the coral reef. So there's that,
You know
too.
what we could do, too? Like, we have our private online network, the Survivorship Support Network, which if you're listening and you want to come on it, it's faiththroughfire.mn.co. But we ought to post hey, what are your favorite clean products?
Totally.
And just get everybody's input about what they like. Because to your point, it is really trial and error to find ones you like that work.
Yep.
It's so much nicer when you cut through the noise and ask people and they're like, this is what's great.
I'd rather a personal referral. So anytime you see anything with pegs or the BPA, in your plastic water bottles and things like that, that's never any good.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
they're talking about how they can actually see plastic in the human body now.
Yep.
Which before it used to be microscopic to where it wasn't noticeable. It's so bad now that you can see it in human blood.
Yep.
So that's something I try to avoid too.
So some of our favorite hacks. So I've tried a ton of different deodorants. Right now, the one that I'm really enjoying is from Clio and Coco. It's a really good deodorant, but deodorant it's a hard one, I feel like, to perfect for your body. I feel like everybody is different, but they have a nice one that's got charcoal and it's fragrance free too.
That's
so
a big
really
one
nice.
I made a change with. I was like, why am I putting this on my skin?
You literally put it directly on the lymph nodes that drain from your breast tissue.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That was a big one. If you're going to make a change, for me,
Definitely
that was
your
one.
deodorant.
But Sarah's right. You got to make sure it doesn't make you stinky.
Yes. There's a switch over phase, especially when you move from chemically products to non-chemically products. Your body has to adjust to it.
That's why I'm trying to get my kids used to having the natural deodorant so that they never have to have that detox.
Yeah, exactly. So concentrates for cleaners are really good. This also helps reduce plastic waste because every time you buy something, I don't know if you've ever looked at the ingredients, but most of the time the first ingredient is freaking water. And you buy a new plastic spray bottle every time, which is filled with 80% water and then 10% of the actual product, which sometimes is chemically. So you can just get the concentrate, mix it with your own water, and then now you've saved a ton of plastic.
So my husband, he gets really pissed off when I do this, but I did it anyway. So he had bought some spot remover from the store laden with chemicals, but it works. It works. So anyway, I had bought what I was really excited about is Melaleuca has a really good spot treater.
Totally good.
It works
Yeah.
really, really well. And I had used it at the respite house to get a stain out of something. And I was like, oh, this really works
It's so
well.
good.
So I had ordered some for myself. Well, it came in and he had just gotten this brand new spot. I threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
And he comes down and he's like, why is this in the trash? I said, it's full of chemicals. I got one that's clean.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so mad.
Yeah.
He's like, that's just money in the trash.
I know you got to get on the same page with the chemical stuff. Eric doesn't even buy products anymore.
I
'Cause
mean,
he comes home with it. I'm like, nope.
I told him, I said, the kids aren't smart enough to not treat their clothes too without them being on their bodies.
Yeah.
So what they do is they see a stain on their shirt and they're like spraying themselves
Yeah.
while they're wearing the clothes. I'm
Right.
like, nope,
Yeah.
we're not doing it. He got so mad.
So you speaking of Melaleuca, that's like a really good. It's a good brand if you haven't heard of it, but they have a lot of concentrates.
Mhm.
Yeah,
all of my
everything is
cleaning stuff now
concentrates.
is from them. It's concentrate, and it's Charlotte the other day was cleaning the bathroom, and she's like, "I accidentally dropped the bottle, and half of it spilled out, and I wasn't near as mad because it had very small amount of concentrate, and it was mostly water,
Exactly.
and so you didn't ruin the whole bottle."
Yep. They also have a really good laundry detergent. Anyway, I digress. So I did put a note on here, food, which I said we could make a whole episode about, but food you can buy from the Dirty Dozen list. If you haven't ever heard of that, look that up. If you're trying to save money on buying organic and not buying everything organic. Bentonite clay. Oh my gosh, this is a magic clay that it's a powder that you can get. You can make face masks. You can do detox with it. I actually mix bentonite clay with arrowroot powder and I make a face finishing powder, which if you've ever looked up a face finishing powder, most of the time from clean brands, it's like $30 for like a little container. You can get bentonite clay for $10 and
You're getting
arrowroot powder
fancy.
for
That sounds
$5.
like so much work.
But anyway, that's an option. There's so much. Just look up what you can do with bentonite clay. Charcoal masks, anything with charcoal is really great for detoxing. And then here's another big switch I made pretty early on. Now sometimes I keep candles because there's a company I like to support because they have a good mission, but I very rarely burn candles in my house because you're basically just burning something and then you're putting that burnt off material, sometimes synthetic fragrance, you're just diffusing it into the air and then you're breathing it in.
Yeah, candles are something I've gotten away from.
Yeah.
When you talked about that company that we shall not name,
And how much money are you saving by not buying candles? Because those suckers are expensive.
they just look so nice and they're so comforting to
They
see them
are.
go. But you can get fragrance-free candles, right?
Yeah,
you can still get the look.
Yeah, I have candles all over my mantle, but they are non-burning candles, and they are on a timer, so they pop on at night, and I don't even have to light them.
Oh, nice.
That's very nice. Yes. Yeah. Air purifiers work to get away from those. You can get air purifying plants. So I have snake plants and ZZ plants all over my house. These work to purify your air, and then I have an air purifier that I turn on every now and then just to purify my air. And then, my last final note is just check everything for fragrance. It's everywhere. They
It is.
sneak it in there.
Is that our let's leave them with one little nugget after our second sponsor. BJC Healthcare is proud to bring you the best medicine close to home. In addition to 2 full-service hospitals, Barnes Jewish St. Peter's and Progress West, community members in St. Charles County and beyond have access to the Siteman Cancer Center in St. Peter's, 2 convenient centers in the area, and doctor's offices across St. Charles County. Visit bjcstcharlescounty.org to learn more. All right, so is our tidbit for today like no fragrance?
Well, yeah, but I think if you're just take what you feel like you need to take from today. I think we're going to start a thread on our Mighty Network. So if you're a breast cancer survivor, you can get on our Mighty Network through our website. It's faiththroughfire.mn.co to join the Mighty Network, and we're gonna put a post up about listing off your favorite clean products.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, just know, guys, that we all think about these same things. It's important not to go crazy, and at the same time, just be conscious. Start making some conscious.
Clearly, I'm crazy and have a passion for it.
I mean, it's an evolution. It's
Yeah.
just you kind of just. I'll tell you what. It's like everything. Having my kids have really made me laser focused on this because I feel like my generation's sicker than my parents. Mm-hmm. My parents' generation was sicker than their parents.
Yep.
I'm really scared for the future generations if we keep going the way we're going, where everything is approved.
And the more people fight for and want and buy these cleaner products, the more the companies who don't make the cleaner products are going to realize that they either need to
gotta do
change
it.
or they got to get with the times.
They
So,
got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Besties with Breasties podcast. Leave us a voicemail or share your own experience on bestieswithbreastiespodcast.com. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review. This episode was hosted by Sarah Hall and Beth Wilmes, audio and production edits by Innovative Frequencies.